Hey everybody, I'm back. I hope everybody had a fabulous Easter. I did. My son is not small anymore, so we didn't do all of the Easter egg hunt and all that other good stuff. But I'm just blessed and happy to be here. I just wanted to let you guys know what's been going on. I know you've seen a post that I put randomly about me seeing an oncologist. I will go through that in another video. I'll get more detailed with that. Today I'm going to talk about my appointment that I had today at Georgia Retina. Unfortunately, what happened yesterday on Easter is that I was running around doing errands like I generally do. And while I was running around, I had this big flash of light in my left eye. So I found that kind of funny and strange. And then after that, I just started seeing cloudiness in that one eye, in my left eye. Now, keep in mind, I've been getting these injections inside my eye for the past 4.5 years now. I've been getting the injections because I'm hemorrhaging in the back of my retina, which is in the back of the eye. So in order for me to kind of control the bleeding, I have to get the injections. If I don't get the injections, unfortunately, then I lose sight in my left eye. So this is kind of a godsend. It's a blessing that I'm able to get the injections. The injections are expensive, but I'm thankful again that mine is covered. So I don't have to worry about paying the high cost of getting the injections done. But I found it strange that happened, and so I called the emergency number for Georgia Retina. I spoke to the doctor that was on call, and he was asking me questions, just wanting to know how often has it been happening? Am I seeing a lot of floaters? Now, floaters are black specks that I see, and it's in my eye. So, for example, I had such a big one that was really dark, really black. And when I move my eyes around, I see it faintly on my peripheral. Now, that's kind of scary in a way because I thought there was something there next to me. And I turned really quick and I tried to grab like either a fly or I didn't know, wasn't sure what it was. But when it comes to reality, there was nothing there. It was just a floater that was floating into my central vision. So unfortunately, I do get floaters, but they weren't that intense as it was yesterday. So that's what kind of concerns me because I saw many dark ones. And then, like I said, the flashing light I never had. So that kind of freaked me out too. So what he recommended was that I come first thing tomorrow morning, he said, which is today, so I can see him and just make sure that everything's fine. And I wasn't sure if maybe I was making too much of it, so I wasn't gonna go, to be honest. But then my husband's like, you know what, let's just go, let's just play safe, make sure everything's okay. So we wind up making the appointment. So I went early this morning to go see my doctor, Dr. Cho. So when I went to see him, he was thankful that I did come to see him and that I called yesterday, because he said what happened is called a vitreous detachment. Now, I'm going to read to you exactly what that is because I had no clue on what that is. So the vitreous detachment is a condition in which a part of the eye called the vitreous shrinks and separates from the retina. Now, the retina is the very back of the eye. The macula is where you have your central vision, exactly where you see through. So it's like a small little hole where you can actually see, your vision can see through. It's almost like a camera lens so that you can actually see through. So the vitreous is a gel-like substance that fills the inside of the eyeball. So pretty much is exactly what it says, is the jelly part of the eye. For some reason, it detached itself from my eye, and now it's just floating around. So by that floating around, that's why I'm seeing like very blurry, and I had that flashing light. He said that it generally happens to people that as you get older, it can happen. But in my case, in my situation, since I'm diabetic, I'm type 1 diabetic, what they're concerned is called retina detachment. Now, as far as that is concerned, retinal detachment is dangerous because then you can actually, I can lose my vision permanently on my eye. So what his suggestion is that I keep an eye on the floaters So I have an appointment to get the actual injections. I didn't get my injections done today. My appointment is on the 30th of this month. I know I made a mistake in my last video and I said it was March 30th, but it wasn't. It's actually this month, April 30th, next Tuesday. So I didn't get my injections done today. I'm going to try to see if I can have it recorded so I can show you guys exactly the process and the procedure that I go through every time I go for my appointment. But I'm going to see him the following Tuesday, and he is going to give me an injection in my left eye. Now, unfortunately, while checking the left eye, he checked the right eye, and I'm also hemorrhaging in the back of my eye also on the right eye. It's not as severe as the left one. We've been watching it for some time now, but he thinks that now is getting mildly a little bit worse. So he wants to start treating it also. So unfortunately, I might get both my eyes done on the same day, which will be next week, Tuesday. I'm not looking forward to it. I didn't think I would be able to get injection in my right eye, period. I just figured, okay, I'm right-handed, so I'm like, in a weird way, I'm thinking, oh, I don't think I can get the injections done in my right eye because I'm right-handed. But I've been getting the injections done on my left eye. It's not fun. What they do is that they put betadine in my eye just to make sure for infection. They also put numbing drops in my eye. And then when the doctor's ready to come in and actually put do the incision, the needle portion of it, he clamps my eye open, and then he pretty much tells me to look the other direction. And then that's when I'm looking at the other direction is when he actually puts the needle in my eye. I know people probably feel like, oh my God, that's disgusting, that's crazy. I thought the same thing. I said, oh, I would never do something like that and get an injection in my eye. I thought as a kid, if you put anything in your eye, it'll pop and it'll explode. That was my fear. I'm like, how could you get an injection? It's a needle, and if you put the needle in your eye, it's gonna pop. But no, your eyeball is actually a muscle. So by me getting those injections, like I said, the main thing I feel is the pressure of the needle. And it makes me cringe a little bit because I feel it. And then you see the fluid. Once he injects the medicine, I literally see circles of fluid on my vision while I'm looking. And the whole day I'm out of it. The whole day I cannot, I have to actually lay down because my eye starts to leak. I have to keep it closed because sometimes if I keep it open, the constant blinking rubs against the area where the injection site was at, and that's uncomfortable. So I have to literally keep my eye closed with a napkin and just not do nothing the whole day. Now the next day I'm perfectly okay, which is great. But for that particular day, period, I can't drive, I can't do nothing, I can't do anything. So now I'm afraid because now I have to go and get the injection possibly in my right eye. So now if I get them both done, how am I gonna feel? I'm thinking, it's, like I said, it's scary. It's a scary feeling. But if it wasn't for these injections, then I would not be able to see out of my left eye. Because my left eye, I was actually bleeding. It was too close to my macula. It's called, what I have is called macular edema. And it was too close to my macula, which is your central vision. Like I told you, it's like a camera lens. So if a drop of blood or anything was to go into that central vision, it turns everything black. It's like turning off a switch, a light switch. So that's why they had to react the way they did and start me with the injections. Now, I was hoping that I would be a candidate for maybe LASIK done. So maybe they can cauterize the actual bleedings, but I'm not a candidate for that. I have too many little blood vessels that, I have new blood vessels that keep generating, which you think like, wow, that's great. I'm getting new blood vessels, but they're so weak that they burst on their own. So as they're growing new blood vessels, they pop and they break. So as they're doing that, it's just blood going in the back of my central vision. The back of my retina. So the worst thing you want is for anything to go towards your central vision, because then that's when lights are out, pretty much. You can't see. So I'm definitely avoiding that. So I was very glad that I went today. I was very skeptical. I thought maybe it was just, nothing. But sometimes you got to go and just get it checked anyway, just to make sure that you're okay. And I'm glad I did, because he said within the next couple of weeks I should be okay. But his concern is just me keeping an eye on if I get, he said, like thousands of floaters, or if I get like a curtain-like effect, like a shadowing. He said if I see like a shadow, if I'm looking, but I really can't see through, like it's hard to see through, like a curtain-like shadowing, then that's to be concerned with. And I would have to go in right away and then possibly a surgery, which I'm not looking forward to. Wouldn't want that to happen. So I'm just thinking on the positive end. But I just wanted to give you guys an update and let you know what's happening. So for this past couple of weeks, I just have to be diligent with my vision. I have to just be mindful. And if I see anything that's changed out of the ordinary, then definitely I have to let them know. But as far as disappointment, I mean, I don't like to know that I have this detachment of the vitreous, but unfortunately it is what it is. So I'm just thankful that I can still see and I'm okay, and hopefully my next appointment I'll be just fine and get the shots done, the injections done that I need, and keep going. But this diabetes is really kicking my butt. Just want to let you guys know. Have a lot of other issues going on, but like I said, this is just about what happened to me since yesterday, since Easter. So I will get into more details about everything else later on as I get more information. Just getting a lot of tests done at this point, and I just pray to God that everything works out well in my favor, you know, and he's been good to me, so I don't have any doubt that anything will be any different. And that's pretty much it, guys. I'm going to attach some other pictures just so that you can see. I was trying to record while I was in there, so if it looks kind of funky, it's because I tried. I didn't want them knowing I was recording, but I just try to do as the best I can. But I love you guys. If you have any questions, please, any questions, comments, concerns, just let me know, and I will reply back, and I will let you guys, I will answer your questions that you guys might have. I thank you for listening, for being there, for being my support. Like I said, this is new for me, to being open and honest and letting you know what's happening in my life, because this is really private. But I feel that if there's somebody out there that is going through something and that's afraid to talk about it or might be able to help somebody else, I think this is the best forum to do it in, is to actually, you know, be vulnerable and just put yourself out there and say, you know what, it's happening to me. It might be happening to somebody else that they're not sure of, or that's not getting themselves checked, you know, to find out. And maybe they have a question they want to ask me just to see and say, hey, should I get myself checked? This is what I'm feeling, or this is what's been happening to me. It's similar to what you have. Hey, I'll be the first one to say, go get it checked. I never underestimate, you know, how you feel. I also took some pictures of the images. It looks similar to like this really quick. I don't know if you're going to be able to see it, but it pretty much shows the eyeball, and then you have the veins, and then this is underneath your eye, and it bubbles out and it shows you. It's kind of funky the way they take the test, but the other one that I have actually shows the actual separation that I said, the vitreous, so it actually shows it. So let me see, this one is yeah, this one's similar also. So you can just see like some of the fluid. You know, you see some of the fluid, the little bubbles, those are fluid. And this green line that you see at the page is where he actually moves it, and it actually changes this picture so that he can see by frame on how much fluid is in my eye. But again, I'm gonna try to give you as much info as I can. Love you guys. Love you, love you. Thinking about you guys always. I hope you guys have a blessed night tonight. And if you have any questions, let me know. Love you guys. Thanks for being there for me. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Thanks for sharing. I love you, and I will keep you posted. I'll keep you updated. Thanks, everyone. Bye. At my appointment.
Have they seemed to be getting better or worse, or about the same as when they first?
It's about the same.
Okay. Is there anything that makes it worse, like in a darker room or outside or anything like that?
Outside makes it a little worse.
Okay. Alright. Any headaches, eye pain, or anything like that?
No, just a tearing on my eye.
And how's your blood sugar been?
It's been good today. This morning was 128.
Okay. Good. And you haven't done any heavy lifting or bending or anything like that, right?
No.
Okay. We'll go ahead and take a look here. Alright. Go ahead and place that over that left eye for me and look straight ahead right there. You don't wear any glasses or anything, do you?
No.
Alright.
These are the images that I was referring to. And if you can see on the bottom image, there is a bubble on the top layer, which shows the fluid.